I would like to introduce to you a brand new tabletop role-playing game called Ideologue. Well, if you're unfamiliar, a tabletop role-playing game consists of two different types of people, the GM or Game Master and the players. The GM describes a world of fantasy and wonder to the players, which then they tell the GM how they want to explore an adventure through said world. But without further ado, let me tell you about my role-playing game, Ideologue. Ideologue differs itself from most tabletop RPGs like Dungeons and Dragons, and it's because instead of its characters, elements, and world being based off of classical fantasy, it's based off many types of political ideologies and political spectrums they inhabit. Another thing about Ideologue is the choice mechanic. Pretty much anything that's within the physical and metaphysical confines of the game, and you can do. So if you want to help the town and people and be a good person, or if you don't want to do that and be a bad person, or just be a sort of a neutral person, then you can. It's all up to you. But like in real life, every action you do has consequences. So be careful what choices you make. Another thing about consequences is how effective they are. A decision you make on the first ascendant quest of your campaign could affect it throughout it or to the very end, and theoretically could affect the entire world. The consequences are quite large in this game. And what exactly is the world? Well, the world is like most dungeons and most RPGs is not medieval, but is post-Industrial Revolution, pre-modern, but it does include fantasy creatures such as elves, orcs, and other magical creatures. But don't worry, it's not all Industrial Revolution. There's still plenty of small villages reminiscent of classic RPGs for you to explore, and there's uncivilized deserts and tundras and forests and plenty of places to explore. Speaking of the world, it's quite large in physical scale and in diversity. There is plenty of continent, there's plenty of islands you can explore, and on these islands there's plenty of diverse host climates and creatures you might find them, and if you sail far enough, I'll let you find out. But to top it off, what do you do in this game primarily is, quests. Like any other RPG, someone needs help, or someone needs you to do something, and you do it. And as at first these quests may be small, might be large, but as further you go, the more complex and the more hopefully fun the quests go. If you finish a quest, you get plenty of rewards, from gold to special items to, I'll let you find out. But if you like any of this, the political aspect, or the role-playing aspect, or anything else about it, stay tuned for more Ideologue news.